Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for April 30th. April 30th is the 120th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 121st in leap years, with 245 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is Creole. An associated word is Cajun, but we'll stick with Creole for now because the story of the Cajuns is a lot to get into. You can let me know if you'd like to see more about that in a later episode about the Cajuns specifically, but today's word is Creole. Creole can be an adjective or a noun. As a noun, Creole is quite the melting pot, as it might mean a white person descended from early French or Spanish settlers of the U.S. Gulf Coast states, preserving their speech and culture, or a person of mixed French or Spanish or black descent speaking a dialect of French or Spanish, or a language evolved from pidginized French that is spoken by black people in southern Louisiana, or a language that has evolved from a pidgin but serves as the native language of a speech community, as in some people in Louisiana speak Creole. As an adjective, Creole simply refers to anything relating to Creoles or their language, or relating to or being highly seasoned food typically prepared with rice, okra, tomatoes, and peppers. Making me hungry right now. The word Creole comes from French and or Spanish and or Portuguese, all of whom originally got it from Latin. The word Creole generally meant a person born somewhere but not of a people indigenous to that place. First known use as a noun is in 1697 and as an adjective in 1797. Creole. Now remember, if you have a word you'd like to see us examine in this Word of the Day segment, drop it in the comments. We'll take a look at it. And with that, on April 30th, 1492, Christopher Columbus received his commission of exploration from Spain. He was named an admiral of the ocean sea, and this commission allowed him to be viceroy and governor of any territory that he would discover. Once this side of the planet was discovered, everybody was interested in the Americas. Territories were claimed, colonies settled by several countries at one time or another: Britain, France, Spain, the Netherlands, Russia, and later on Mexico and Canada. A huge portion of North America had been claimed by France, where it was known as the District of New France from about 1534 to 1763, when the eastern portion was ceded to Great Britain after the 7 Years' War, courtesy of the Treaty of Paris. This would consist of the territory north of Florida and New Orleans, east of the Mississippi River, and west of the Continental Divide. That would be the lighter peak area shown in this map. So, France, then Britain, east of the Mississippi. On April 30th, 1803, then, the United States purchased most of the remaining Louisiana territory west of the Mississippi from France for the sum total of $15 million. This was for a land area of 827,000 square miles. That comes to just a few cents more than $18 per square mile, or just under 3 cents per acre. That's pretty cheap land. This more than doubled the size of the United States. In 1804, all of the Louisiana purchased south of the 33rd parallel became the Orleans Territory, while the rest of the purchase became the District of Louisiana, later renamed the Louisiana Territory. And on April 30th, 1812, the Territory of Orleans became the 18th state of the Union under the name of Louisiana. So, this is Statehood Day for Louisiana. Louisiana was named after French King Louis XIV, who ruled France from 1643 to 1715. Louisiana's official nickname is the Pelican State, and it's also known as the Bayou State, the Creole State, Sportsman's Paradise, and the Boot. Louisiana's motto is Union, Justice, Confidence, and we'll talk about its songs here in a little bit. The capital is Baton Rouge, and I'm sure no one will be at all surprised to learn that New Orleans is Louisiana's biggest city. Louisiana is 20th in land area with 43,204 square miles. That would be 111,898 square kilometers. Louisiana is 25th in population with some 4.6 million or so residents. Where most of the other states have political subdivisions known as counties, Louisiana's equivalent to the county is the parish, of which it has 64. People from or who live in Louisiana are called Louisianans for the most part, unless they're Cajun or Creole, in which case they're called Louisianais. Louisiana's state bird is the brown pelican, and the state dog is the Catahoula leopard dog. State flower is the magnolia. The state tree is the bald cypress. State insect is the bumblebee, and they also have a state mammal in the black bear and the alligator as the state reptile. I'm happy to see that Louisiana has a state beverage, and baby, that is coffee. Louisiana is a bit special to me for several reasons. I know I have some friends and viewers who live in Louisiana. I might have mentioned this before, that my family lived in New Orleans for a year while my dad went to school there. Happy Statehood Day, Louisiana. Hawaii became a territory of the United States on April 30th, 1900. We'll talk more about Hawaii later in the year when she's admitted to the Union as a state. In case you're curious as to what we might have talked about for April 30th in a previous year, I'll leave a link for you. Also, part of my process in getting these episodes ready each day is to review what I've talked about before and then prepare that day's material. That being the case, sometimes I find a topic I'd like to highlight but not necessarily put in a new episode. So I've snipped some of those out and I'm uploading them into their own playlist called How About That? I'll leave a link to that playlist for you if you'd like to check that out. Alrighty, on to today's song. Now, a song called Give Me Louisiana was written and recorded and adopted as Louisiana's state song in 1970. Has kind of a rockabilly feel to it. You Are My Sunshine was adopted as a second state song in 1976. Interestingly, Give Me Louisiana was removed as an official state song, and Southern Nights was adopted as Louisiana's state cultural song in 2021. Southern Nights was written by Alan Toussaint and released in 1975. Glenn Campbell then released a version of Southern Nights in 1977, and that one did really well in the charts, hitting number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 1 on Billboard's Hot Country Singles chart. As to You Are My Sunshine, there are so many versions of that sweet old song out there, and here's what I know about it. One of Louisiana's official state songs now, You Are My Sunshine, is a lovely old staple of American music. Unfortunately, we're not sure exactly who wrote it, but You Are My Sunshine has been recorded by over 350 artists, sung to countless babies by countless mothers, and translated into at least 30 languages. Written and recorded as early as 1939, Jimmy Davis and Charles Mitchell published a copy of it in 1940, and Mr. Davis went on then to become governor of Louisiana from 1944 to 1948, and again from 1960 to 1964, and used the song for his election campaign. In 1977, the Louisiana State Legislature decreed You Are My Sunshine the state song. Among its best-known covers is a recording by Johnny Cash in 1989. You Are My Sunshine was named one of the songs of the century by the Recording Industry Association of America and received a Grammy Hall of Fame award in 1999. You Are My Sunshine. Now, there's links to all these songs in the description. I did find Jimmy Davis's version, which seems appropriate for the time in which it was recorded, and also a really pretty version of it. Check them out if you want to. The links are in the description. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.